as Mahira Kakkar, who would you choose for Lata of the three boys?
As Mahira, not as Rupa.
Rupa was very clear whom she rooted for.
Yes. It's very hard. I think I think as Mahira, I don't know. I think maybe I'll get a lot of flack for this, but I think as Mahira, I would say
We're super super excited to have you. You've had a very widespread presence in the industry, like be it as Charumati in Orange is the New Black or Mrs. Lagari in New Amsterdam, and most recently as Rupa Mehra in A Suitable Boy. We know that you are a very amazing and versatile actor, but we don't know much about you. So I think let's just start with understanding you. So we know that you were born in Kolkata,
correct.
and so what was your childhood like?
It was, it was wonderful because, so I'm Punjabi, but I grew up in Kolkata. So, my family has a big zest for life and a love of living, and Bengal is such a seat of love for literature and language and the mind. So
Yeah.
to have those two influences in my life, just growing up, just around me, I don't think I appreciated it at the time. But now when I look back, I go, oh, those really shaped me. Those really informed me and helped me become. Plus, I mean, you can see this is my husband also loves books, but this is just
That's a bit
like
different.
we need a bigger apartment for our just. I mean, that we both take great joy in that, and yeah, and it was my parents were very encouraging, so they took me to see everything and tried to encourage us to do everything, my sister and myself. And
Yeah.
the university that I went to was so egalitarian in a way, and it was one of the best experiences that I had in my life because it opened up my mind in many ways. I think I was very sheltered, so
Mm.
and I had incredible teachers and teachers who really loved their students. So it wasn't about the grades, it was about how can I help you learn. This was Jadavpur University, the
That's
English department, and it was, I've never had an experience, well, now as an adult when I take classes, but I've never had an experience like I did in college. And that really also helped shape me and inform me. And so when I was looking into trying to act and really pursue that as a profession, I had teachers who were encouraging, I had parents who were encouraging. So I think I was very, very, very fortunate.
now it's become quite trendy to want to be an actor, but I think a few decades ago it was one of those industries that was most parents sort of didn't encourage as much. uh, so I think it's very
Yeah.
nice to have that sort of support come from parents and teachers. So
Yes.
were you very introvert in school, or were you always like the very outgoing type who always wanted to participate in like annual days and sports days and things like that?
That's it's hard for me to answer that myself, but I think if you were to ask different people, they would have different answers. Like I really enjoyed participating in things and being on stage, but in many ways it was, and it's still something that I enjoy most about acting is that when you're acting, you forget about yourself. So it's not about you in a way. It's a way to disappear into somebody else.
Yeah, it's lovely to hear. So you've spent like also all your life in India has been in Kolkata?
Yes,
Okay, so then, and you're now currently based out of New York. So,
correct.
how did that, what's the journey been like? Firstly, from Kolkata to New York, and then the past so many years just in New York.
Um, well, I'd wanted to, pursue acting, and I was looking at various different avenues, and um, I needed to just get away and sort of breathe a little bit. I needed to get away from home and see what, like I said, I think I was pretty sheltered. I wanted to see what the rest of the world was like. I read about the school in New York, and it seemed like it had really great values and had a lot of discipline and rigor that I was looking for, and a sort of full immersion into studying theater. And so I applied to that, and I applied to it without sort of knowing how big it was. And, my parents helped me, and I was working at that time as well. So I had a little money saved up. So I came and auditioned, and the school gave me admission, and they gave me a scholarship. So it was, things sort of fell into place in a way that I couldn't have imagined.
Yeah.
And then I was planning to go back to India after I graduated from the conservatory, and then I fell in love and got married, and so my life changed again without, you make plans and the universe decides otherwise.
Right. Okay. So you've been in like the industry for about over a decade now, with I think your first proper on-screen presence being in Law and Order in 2007. So it's been about 13 years since then. Has the journey been smooth sailing so far, or has it been very challenging and sometimes even frustrating, for lack of a better word?
That's a really great question. The journey has been okay. So on good days, I just say the journey has been the journey, and it has been my attitude about it that has been good or bad. I mean, being an actor is a lesson in humility. It's a lesson in being humble.
Yeah.
There's no end point. There's no. At this point, I'm sort of also like success and happiness are things you define for yourself. There are no stepping stones. Mira Nair used to say that. She's like, no, there are no stepping stones. And I agree with her. It's
I think I've got to admit that me personally, like I did not know about you, Mahira Kakkar, before I saw you as Rupa Mehra in A Suitable Boy. So although we'd seen Orange is the New Black and we'd seen New Amsterdam, the name to the face.
Sorry, that's my husband.
No, right? Yeah, the name to the face wasn't there. So has it sort of like been a very pivotal role in your career, or has it been like just one of the many roles you've played?
So in terms of doing it,
Yeah,
right, in terms of the actual doing of it, being part of the whole, being part of the cast, being part of living there with the cast and seeing that crew every day for 3.5 months.
yeah,
That was incredible. That was like nothing I've experienced before. I was on New Amsterdam, and I thought I would really love to be a part of this, like a family from the ground up, building something. And to have that opportunity with Suitable Boy was incredible. And because it's a mini series, you had a beginning and you had an end. So it was full circle. That was like nothing I've experienced before. So it was pivotal in the way that experience was pivotal for me. And working with Mira Nair, every actor, Mira is an actor's director.
yeah.
What she gives you on set is gold. She gives you time on set as an actor. And I want to emphasize how important that is, because on set, time is money. It's really valuable.
Definitely.
So you can come prep, you do your work, you have to do your work and show up, but then she'll try and go deeper and deeper and deeper. And that's just her genius as a director. And so to have been a part of that and to have tried to serve that script as well as I could, and then to have a lot of different people see it and have many strong opinions about it, that feels like a gift.
So coming to like A Suitable Boy, so you play Rupa Mehra, who's just lost her husband. The older daughter's just gotten married, and she's pretty much with this very one-point agenda to find a suitable boy for Lata. And if you just think about it, I think that there's quite a fine line between it being a bit of a naggy and annoying character, which it could have gotten, but I think what came across to the audience was this really very like this innocent and very endearing presence that you had, who with all her heart just wanted to see her daughter happy and settled. Was it an easy character to play?
So in some ways there were things that I had very ready access to, right? Like I've grown up around some very strong women who have, when they wanted things done, they wanted them done, and they've been quite strict about it.
Yeah.
But you know that at the bottom of that, there's always a huge amount of love and heart, right?
Yeah.
Like my mother and I, and this my mother and I have often said to each other that we're never going to give up on each other. And I think that that's the basis in a lot of Indian families, that no matter what happens, you're there for each other. So I had that. What Mira did was she was trying to keep me away from, and I completely understood and appreciated this in the moment and now. She was trying to keep me away from any sort of extreme harshness, because she was like, you don't, like there's a lot of joy and room for joy in that. Like the kids are able to make fun of her.
Yeah.
Now, if she was very overbearing, they wouldn't be able to do that. So Mira really led me in the direction of more love, more joy, more opening up in a way. So
That's
yeah, that's the best way I can describe it.
So have you read the book, or
Yeah,
you have?
yeah.
Okay.
I have, yeah.
So as Mahira Kakkar, who would you choose for Lata of the three boys?
As Mahira, not as Rupa.
Rupa was very clear whom she rooted for.
Yes. I mean, it's very hard. I think as Mahira, I don't know. I think maybe I'll get a lot of flack for this, but I think as Mahira, I would say, don't get married yet. Have a lot of fun. Date the poet. Date the cricketer. Yeah. Eventually, when you settle down, maybe settle down with the guy who will like give you a lot of stability, but have a lot of fun.
That's really nice.
I don't know how people will react to this.
Are you just generally like a method actor, or do you take each day as it comes? Like you just go on set and go with your gut on the day?
I take whatever I can. I think I'm a magpie, if that makes sense. Like I take what works. Sometimes the method stuff works. Sometimes other stuff works. I'm constantly, I have some friends who are series regulars in TV shows here, and like them, we're always taking classes. We're always trying to stay in shape and stay limber. So you use whatever you can.
So what's your like one favorite, like your favorite day or your favorite memory from A Suitable Boy?
Oh God. There are so many, but I think we were shooting the last scene where she's on the train platform, the train is pulling out, and Vivaan, who plays the youngest son, Varun, is going running off the train. And we all started improv, and the whole family was there, right? So Savita's there, Arun, Varun, and Lata's just leaving. And we were all saying bye to her, and there was so much, and Pran, and there was so much joy, and people were improving. Mira wanted us to improv, and hearing the things that people were saying. Like I remember Gagan, who's such an incredible actor, he was saying something, he was like, be excellent to each other, and Vivaan's thing of running after them, and it was just so beautiful. It was that feeling of like, oh, this is why you do it.
Yeah.
Because you're serving it and you're also having fun and playing within it.
We'll play a quick, sort of a game. So the first word, or the first feeling, or the first thought that comes to your mind. Let's start off with Mr. Anupam Kher from New Amsterdam.
Oh, he's very kind.
Okay. Mira Nair.
Must.
Tanya Maniktala.
Oh, well, I think Mira says dewdrop. I think Bambi.
Oh.
It's just those big eyes, It's yeah, and they're so expressive.
Rasika Duggal.
Grounded. Also a wicked sense of humor, but like, yeah.
Mikhail Sen.
Poetic.
Poetic, okay.
Yes, he does have a poet soul.
Namit Das.
Very smart. He's one of the smartest people I've ever met. Okay. And he's very, he's all the things. He's kind, he's spiritual, he's very hardworking, very disciplined, but and very curious and humble. And behind that is an incredible brain.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Danesh Razvi.
Oh, Danesh is a sweetheart. Oh God, I think he'll yell at me when I say this, but he's like a puppy.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a real sweetheart. Yeah.
And finally, Shahana Goswami.
Oh my God, scintillating.
Mm.
She's firing on, to me, it seems like she fires on all cylinders all the time in a really good way. You know, she's got like her heart, her brain, she's always present.
Mm. How is just like the lockdown been for you?
It's been both. It's been a roller coaster. I love working. And if you get to work on a project that you love with good people, you know, it's like there's nothing else like it.
Yeah.
So during the lockdown, I've been fortunate in that I've been able to do some work. I've been really, really lucky. And I say that because not everybody has been that way, right? So it's like I got to do an Audible series for Suno.
Okay.
Called Uncovidable. Written by Vikina Dhillon, and you know it's really funny and fun. And I did the English version of it, and Rasika's doing the Hindi version of it. So there was a little crossover. I got to do the dubbing for Suitable Boy, and that was fun. And I've been doing a show online by an organization in New York that's an off-Broadway organization, and they moved their programming online. So I've been doing that as an offering every week, and that continues through end October. So that's been really gratifying. It's an interesting time to be alive when the world is changing and things can go in directions that'll make it harder for the generations after us.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you stay activated and aware and try and be of service and also take care of yourself and also take care of your craft? So these have been interesting questions to address for myself.
So lovely speaking to you.
It was lovely speaking to you. Yeah, I'm so glad to meet people who really, you know, who love TV and film, and I'm so glad that you've started this YouTube channel. Like, look forward to following it and seeing what happens with it. And I wish you all the very best with it. I will let friends know about your channel as well. Keep me posted.
Thank you. That means so much for us. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Have a good day. Stay safe and well.
Bye.
Bye.